In 1922, while the world celebrated Howard Carter's discovery of Tutankhamun's tomb in Egypt, another archaeologist was about to unearth something far older, far stranger, and perhaps far more dangerous. His name was Leonard Woolley, and the city he would excavate had been dead for 4,000 years. Its name was Ur, but what the world didn't know, what the British Museum carefully kept hidden in their sealed archives, was that Woolley carried with him to Mesopotamia more than just surveying equipment and archaeological tools. In his personal trunk, wrapped in oilcloth and bound with copper wire, was a leather-bound manuscript that should not have existed. A text known to occult scholars by a name that sent shivers down their spines: the Necronomicon. Leonard Woolley wasn't supposed to be there. He was a classical archaeologist, trained at Oxford, respected, methodical. But in the winter of 1921, something changed. He spent 3 months locked in the British Museum's restricted collections, emerging gaunt and hollow-eyed, speaking in whispers about the truth beneath the ziggurats and the old ones who came before the flood. His colleagues noticed the change, but said nothing. Archaeology attracts obsessives, after all. When Woolley arrived at Tel al-Muqayyir in southern Iraq, he immediately knew he had found Ur, the ancient Sumerian city mentioned in the Bible as the birthplace of Abraham. But Woolley wasn't after Abraham. He wanted proof that the Necronomicon's dark rituals were real ancient Sumerian truths kept alive by the mad Arab Abdul al-Hazard. The excavations began in earnest in 1922. Woolley's team uncovered temples, palaces, and houses. They found the famous Standard of Ur, with its intricate mosaics depicting war and peace. They discovered the royal tombs, with their stunning golden artifacts. But it was what Woolley found in the deepest tomb, the one he never fully catalogued, the one whose entrance he ordered, sealed with concrete, that changed everything. The tomb belonged to a priestess whose name was carefully scratched out of every inscription. Her sarcophagus bore cuneiform warnings: she who spoke with the voice beneath, she who opened the way. Let her sleep, or all shall sleep forever. Inside, alongside the expected jewelry and pottery, Woolley found clay tablets. The texts matched, word for word, incantations from the Necronomicon. The rituals weren't copied from Sumerian sources. The Necronomicon had preserved them directly. Woolley's journals from this period, the private ones, not the official expedition records, make for disturbing reading. He wrote of dreams where he walked through Ur as it had been, alive and thriving, watching priests cut the throats of willing victims in ziggurats that hummed with impossible geometries. He wrote of whispers in languages that predated Sumerian, promising knowledge, promising power, promising things that made him wake up screaming. But the excavation continued. In 1927, Woolley uncovered what he called the death pits, chambers filled with the bodies of servants and soldiers who had apparently walked calmly to their deaths, lying down in neat rows to be buried alive alongside their dead rulers. Poison, Woolley told the world. A humane death for those honored to serve in the afterlife. But his private notes tell another story. He wrote of finding symbols carved into the victims' bones, symbols that matched diagrams in the Necronomicon, symbols meant to bind souls to service beyond death, to keep them as eternal guardians against something that slept beneath the city. The servants hadn't been honored. They'd been sacrificed as locks on an ancient prison. By 1928, Woolley was acting really strange. He'd spend whole nights in the excavation trenches, lantern in hand, reading aloud from clay tablets in a language no one else understood. His wife, Catherine, begged him to leave Ur, to return to England. Woolley just couldn't walk away. Maybe he felt he had no choice. The last dig at Ur wrapped up in 1934. Woolley had found everything the academic world needed: proof of Sumerian civilization's grandeur, evidence of the biblical flood, treasures that filled museums. But he left Ur a broken man. He never spoke publicly about what he'd found in that sealed tomb, never explained why he burnt an entire crate of clay tablets before they could be shipped to London. Never revealed why he woke up every night for the rest of his life screaming names in Sumerian. Leonard Woolley lived until 1960, dying at the age of 80. But those who visited him in his final years spoke of a man haunted by something more than memory. He kept his curtains closed, even during the day. He surrounded himself with iron and old superstition, he said, from the Sumerians, who believed iron kept away the Utoku, the evil spirits. He muttered constantly about having disturbed the seal and let them know we still exist. In his last coherent conversation, recorded by a former colleague, Woolley said something chilling. "I thought the Necronomicon was a map to understanding the Sumerians. I was wrong. The Sumerians were a warning about what the Necronomicon really contains. We built our civilization on their ruins, never asking why they tried so desperately to bury something. Now it knows we're here. It's always known." The city of Yar stands silent now, its excavations open to tourists and scholars. The artifacts Woolley recovered sit in museums, labeled and catalogued and studied. The clay tablets that weren't burned are translated and published. Everything is rational, explained, understood. But sometimes, late at night in the British Museum storage rooms, staff report hearing whispers in dead languages. And there's a vault in the restricted archives, sealed by Woolley back in 1934. It has a simple warning carved into its copper door. Don't read, don't remember, don't dig. Some doors, once opened, can never be closed again. Now, if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Synthetic Oracle channel.